of the beautiful one and only Como. We called her Como because we just really imagined her being in a beautiful Italian outdoor wedding by the lake, because she's so romantic and really elevated. Such high impact, but true to us, she's so comfortable. How does she feel, Grace? Does she feel really comfortable to wear?
So comfortable. Again,
look at that eyelash on the
cinching, but still not suffocating. It's just such a nice fit. Gives the hourglass shape. I love it.
Beautiful.
So we were obsessed with this embroidery as soon as we saw it. So it's really visual and it's very dense and dimensional. So if you look up close, there's actually different depths to the embroidery.
Look at that shine.
It's sewn onto a soft tulle. So although it's very dense and statement, and it's very visual, it's still quite lightweight because of the base. We've also got a really subtle sequin that creates a shimmer and just adds to the dimension of the pattern.
When we first saw this embroidery, it actually reminded me and Rosie of our beautiful rose lace that is in the clo dress. This is obviously non-stretch and it's an embroidery, but I think because it's a really bold contemporary print, it's got the same high impact nature to it.
And it's a floral, but it's very abstract because of the scale of it.
Really large scale, which is beautiful.
So this is an A-line silhouette, but we've done this in a really true to Grace way. So it is a very full skirt, but again, the nature of the fabric feels very lightweight. It's very full on the outer, but then we've made the lining a little bit more column, so you kind of have dimension between the two layers. The bodice features internal flexi-boning and layers of corset mesh. We've also got cups inside, so it's very structured, it's sculpting, it really cinches and slims the waist area. We've got the waist seam that is defined, but then we have the appliqué of the lace over the top, so you don't get too much of a sharp seam. We've also used the edge, the scallop edge of the embroidery for placement along the bodice, and also along the top of the gloves, and that just adds a really lovely organic feel.
Yeah, it is. It's really organic. I think this dress doesn't have any sharp lines, which is really intentional. When we were working on the dress, we played around with all sorts of different cup shapes and bodice details, and we ended up loving the nature of concealing the waistband and softening the bust line, because I think when you look at it as a whole, it just all blends into one beautiful artistic gown.
We made sure that it wasn't perfectly symmetrical. We did look at this symmetrical to begin with, and then we actually decided to just work with the nature of the fabric and the pattern, and it just adds more to that organic nature.
And so you get the sleeves complementary with Como, but she's actually transformed by removing them. And of course, we've got different accessories to style her with as well. We just wanted to show you Como without the sleeves with the Ophelia veil. Of course, we have so many veils that you could wear with Como, but we thought this was a really romantic look. So look how transformative she is without her sleeves. We're really mixed in the design room and the office with favorites. I would personally wear it without the sleeves, but it does seem to be more of a preference to wear it with, and they are complementary anyway, so your brides can create a look with on and off without having to decide. One of the great things about Como is not only do you get the complementary sleeves, but you also get straps. So if your brides don't want to wear a strapless gown, these straps come complimentary.
The straps are really easy to detach. They just slide into a little ribbon loop on the inside.
Easy.
We have an 80 centimeter train. This doesn't have a go day. This has a center back seam, and it has a bustle and a finger loop at the center back hem. And they're elasticated, so they're really easy to just hook onto the buttons.
so elegant. One of the things I love about Como is the angle of the back.
We've actually intentionally created a scoop along the back edge, which is really flattering. We've got it at a point where we still get support and structure, so it does support the front and it still cinches the waist, but you get that really lovely scooped angle when you turn around and see the back. So we have a centre back invisible zip and satin cover buttons that go down, that cover the zip, and then we also have a hook and eye on the inside just above the zip. We have the flexi-boning that's continued all the way from the front, the sides and the back that just offer that extra support. We've got 8 meters of fabric that make up the skirt, so that adds to the fullness and really creates that dramatic shape. And then bodice, we actually have hand-cut pieces of the lace. So these are all individual flower motifs that are hand-placed and molded to really create that shape.